Commence primary ignition.
Hey there, friends, fans, and collectors. Welcome to another episode of Binary Sunset Review. Today we are taking a look at the Republic Trooper from the Old Republic. This is the expanded universe figure that we've been waiting for, finally reprinted. Let's get going.
To victory or death for the Republic!
Before I begin, I want to remind everyone to hit the subscribe button below. Thanks for that. It really supports the channel and it helps our community grow. Now this is a reprint from 2012, back when they launched the Old Republic game. It was a fantastic MMORPG for Star Wars that was really well received and had some great figures that went behind with it. Now this is a really coveted figure. It is VC113 that has finally been reprinted. This was previously one of the highest ranked original vintage collection figures out there, most costly in terms of on the secondary market to find. This figure was a HasbroPulse US and Disney Shop Disney exclusive. Now I believe that they were shipping out at similar times. They've started to offer their exclusives on Disney.com and Shop Disney as well as on Hasbro. I think this is a pretty neat turnaround, especially because they actually seem to have different delivery times and pre-order quantities. So go figure, interesting. I got mine from Hasbro. It's really great to see them arriving, and I will have to note this on the close-up, but they arrived to us unpunched. Super big deal for collectors, especially for a figure like this that is an instantly collectible figure. And it's great to see that we got some variation on this that some of the original print didn't get, which is the unpunchedness. Here we have a close-up of the coveted packaging. That's the exact front cover that we saw on the original print of this figure. It even has, for the first time in the new Vintage Collection series, the expanded universe. It's the first time we've seen this logo since they were bought by Disney. Now they haven't since really embraced this at all as a title. We haven't seen it on any of the previous expanded universe figures. And it's a brilliant homage, and I'm so glad that we're not seeing the Old Republic there in the bars. I have the cover of the game right next to it, and I really did love this game. It even had this exact figure on the cover of the collector's edition that I remember unboxing. We also have the Kenner logo on the bottom, the normal Star Wars bars there, looking great in the silver piping. We have the green pillbox with the title, The Republic Trooper, with the Old Republic there in the parentheses. Now with the old expanded universe figures, that used to be just the whole broad umbrella of everything that's now called Legends. And with the old Vintage Collection figures from the expanded universe, they used to have Star Wars Expanded Universe as the title, and then in their pillbox it used to say where they were originally from. So we can see this here. We have the Republic Trooper from the Old Republic. Really fabulous to see, and as I mentioned, it's the previous graphic that we had seen originally posted, nice and HD looking, and you can see in the close-up the most exciting, just completely amazing addition to this figure is the fact that it came to us unpunched. Here we have the back with the VC number 113. He's reprinted from the original, one of the original waves, which is fabulous. As an exclusive figure, he's kind of smack dab in the middle of the picture there between the wave of Yoda, the Death Watch Trooper, and the 501st, and Ahsoka. We got the Vintage Collection logo around the silver piping, the Star Wars logo, of course, Hasbro on the bottom, and Disney right there on the bottom. The rest is legalese. I wish there were some flavor text, but, you know, let's free this guy from his bubble. Here we have some first impressions of the Republic Trooper out of the box. Look at this, gentlemen. The initial first impressions have to be how great it is to finally have this figure and be able to pre-order 2 of them so I can happily take one out of the box and store one away. But one of the things that was most coveted was seeing his little knife right there and being able to wield the knife in that cool way that we saw in the game cinematic trailers. And man, he can do that. This is tried true to the old figure that we saw back in 2012. And that being so, the articulation is not as advanced as it is today, but it is still pretty fabulous and still good enough for him to get his knife in his hand and bring it up in that dual stance right there. Great to see the expanded universe figures being reprinted in this kind of way, and wonderful to see that giant cannon in 375-inch scale. All right, and here we got him with the big gun in hand here. I took his helmet off because that's one of the real great parts about this figure too, is we have this amazing face sculpt that I believe they redid. They must have redid it because I know they redid the Shea Vizsla one that we're going to be seeing soon too. So it looks redone. It's nice. He's got some 5 o'clock shadow there. You can even zoom in a little more on the face, but really, really well done with the face sculpt. As you can see, the knife that was on his chest previously has been replaced with the ammo packs like we see on the Cardback. It's really neat that those are interchangeable. That means when you get 1 or 2 of these troopers together, you really can make a small little squad and have them look different. It's such a big piece of weaponry that you do have to style and pose him in a way where he's leaning back and kind of holding the weight there. Looks more realistic, but he does balance out very, very well. Here we get a close-up on the face resculpt and some of the painting and detailing on this figure. As we're expected with Vintage Collection, we really have some top-tier painting and detailing, and this figure is known for the intricate paintings and mixing of gray, whites, blacks, and oranges that really do resemble the Republic. Very eye-catching, really beautiful to look at, and it really does pop really well in this reprint. I'm very pleased with it. It's nice to see the logo of the squad there on his shoulder, under the pauldron. Really neat for that. The helmet detailing is really nice. As you can see with the light, we even got some gloss on the visor there. And then look at the face. The eyes are glaring, man. He looks so intimidating in a cool way. So helmet on or helmet off, there really is just a great design. You could play as this character in the game, The Old Republic, and so it's so cool to have that added to the Vintage Collection. Here we have the accessories that come with our Republic Trooper. Now this came in the years of when the Vintage Collection was just packing their figures with accessories just in the base bubble. Starting off with the helmet there, it is brilliantly designed, really well colored. The detail on it is fabulously done. Moving on, we have the Old Republic pistol, which is very Star Wars and still yet old in its chunky design. We have his combat knife, which fits very nicely in the holster, which goes either on the front of his chest in the pauldron or on his belt there. We have the ammo pouch, which does the same, and the pauldron that goes across his chest and on his shoulder, of course. And how could I forget a big old cannon? Now this cannon is pretty much the size of the figure, if not a little bit bigger. It is a heavy-duty rotating cannon. This is the one that shoots the explosive rounds like it was seen in the trailer. But man, this thing is looking great and really just fabulous additions to this figure. Let's talk some articulation for the Republic Trooper. Now, this is the 2010 reprint and repack, so we see the same articulation that we saw with the launch of the Vintage Collection back in those days. So that being said, we start with the 2 ball-jointed ankles. We move on up to have 2 ball-jointed knees, 2 swivel hips, a ball-jointed waist, 2 swivel wrists, 2 ball-jointed elbows, ball-jointed shoulders, and ball-jointed neck. All in all, this is truly an amazing figure to add to anybody's collection. I would certainly recommend it. I know that it was really hard to get at the pre-order initially at Hasbro, but I know it also went up for pre-order at shopdisney.com. Other pros, this figure has absolutely no balancing problems. Now sometimes you get little tippy guys, but between his moon boots, his goon boots, and the big laser, you would think it would be a little bit off balance, but man, he is steady and solid with any weapon, any variation in those hands. I think the only con would have to be the fact that they sold out so quickly, and, I wish I bought 5. So it's just such an amazing figure, and again, it will be such an interesting figure on the secondary market, as is, but that would be a con for me, one of the only ones, as always, is availability. Because also, it being a Shop Disney and a HasbroPulse exclusive, this was not available to our overseas friends. Thanks for watching another episode of Binary Sunset Review. As always, I've been Mike. Please leave your comments below on what you think of this amazing figure, this awesome repack, and just in general what you think of the Vintage Collection as it is right now. Because we're in a very interesting and amazing time where Hasbro seems to be listening to collectors. So let's knock on wood, let's keep those good vibes coming, but once again, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button below and the notification bell. That way you'll stay on the forefront of the best Star Wars news and reviews as soon as I make them. Thanks again for watching. Your likes and your views are always greatly appreciated. I hope you're having an amazing summer out there, staying cool, staying hydrated. Take some time for yourself in the day because you truly do deserve it. Have a great day out there. Stay safe, stay sane, and remember, the Force will be with you always.
I'm just a simple man trying to make my way in the universe.